Jordan is mostly arid and semi-arid land. 90% of the land is as such, and 1% only of the land is forests. So most of the land is degraded, whether it is the rangelands or the forests. However, because the size of the rangelands in Jordan, I think it would be really a good idea to concentrate on rangelands and do restoration in that part and in the desert, and because this would lead into land restoration, the use of native plants would help in groundwater recharge, eventual groundwater recharge. In the Badia, when rain falls, most of the water runs off and gets evaporated, and the water that reaches to the dams also most of it evaporates. So it's very important to keep the water or the rainfall where it stays. So the use of water micro-harvesting techniques coupled with the use of native seedlings that are of high quality, as well as inclusion of local communities.
زي ما عارفين احنا ابناء بادية نربي الكثير من المواشي، لذلك لازم نهتم اكثر بالغطاء النباتي، لازم ننشر الوعي اكثر للغطاء النباتي، لازم نوقف التصحر، لانه احنا المواشي ترعى الاكثر على الغطاء النباتي، لانه لازم يكون عندنا مواشي عشان يكون عندنا لحوم، عشان يكون عندنا البان، لانه احنا اللي راح نستفيد. اذا ما احنا اهتمينا بالامور هاي راح يصير تصحر ويزيد التصحر مع الايام.
There are several reasons for the desertification or the degraded areas in Jordan. We can summarize it as changing in the lifestyle of the Bedouin living there, over-exploitation of vegetation cover, over-grazing, and replacing the tradition or the nature vegetation with a new land practices, such as barley cultivation in those areas. Climate change also has an added value to the causes of land degradation in Jordan. Our approach is to treat each landscape with the vegetation cover, that we can return the soil and use part of the rainfall amount to grow vegetation into those areas, not only to provide local community with fodder for their livestock, but as well as trying to improve several ecosystem services, such as carbon storage and sequestration, and others, many others.
the Sabha Reserve, in which we stand right now, has an area of 10,000 acres. It includes 4 types of native plants. The native plants have been carefully thought of, from the process of seed collecting to the preparation of the medium to sowing and finally to planting. The success rate of these plants is 85%, which is considered a very high percentage, and they only need to be watered once, which is also reducing the amount of water needed for the irrigation of the green areas. Part of our success depends heavily on engaging the local community as well, because WADI consider them a very important and key stakeholder. WADI's mission does not only focus on the recharge of underground water, but also the increasing of the green cover to combat desertification. And it also focuses on the totality of the ecosystem. So we're working on the water, we're working on the green cover, and we're working also with the habitats of the creatures, from insects to animals and all living parts of that ecosystem. This is part also of our national and regional and international responsibility to mitigating climate change and achieving sustainability.